Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 Visual Novel and Narrative Game Design online course. In the last lesson, we said some things about the data tables, and in this one, we're gonna create an example. We made our first data table row in our testing script, and we added some music and a background. Right now, since we don't have anywhere to host the background or the dialogue, we're just gonna do a music example, and to be honest, we're gonna create some things that we're gonna be using anyway. So we have the data table. How do we read the data table? First of all, we need a variable. Let's call this dt underscore script. Now, on the type of variable, I'm gonna choose data table. As you can see, I cannot choose our own data table. If I write like dt underscore script, it's not gonna be here. This is because this is because data tables are a type, and they can be any data table that we have. So for a default value, we have to specify which. I'm gonna leave it to non-default value and just make it instance editable and expose and spawn. So when we are spawning this blueprint or have it in our world, we can actually, we're on the main menu, sorry. I'm gonna open gameplay map. So when I select this, I can, when I select the script manager that I have placed on the map, I can edit from outside which data table should be used for dt script. Or if we were changing levels, we could have multiple data tables for level specific. So I'm gonna select dt testing script and save. Now, how do we get the data from here? I'm gonna drag this here out, and I'm gonna drag from it get row, get data table row. Now this requires a row name. As I said a few things about the row names, right now we have it on 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So I'm gonna put here a default value of 1, and for the out row, I'm gonna break. It asks me what to break because it doesn't know which data table it's gonna use. So it doesn't have it's a wildcard, as you can see. It can become anything. So I need to specify which row I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using the SD script, which not which row, which format of the data table, which structure of the data table I'm gonna be using. Yeah, so SD script is the one that we want, and we see special event, music, and background. Now I'm gonna promote these two variables. As you can see, they're getting named as I promote them. And I'm gonna connect them, and from row found. So we have this row found and a row not found. This means that if the row name that we are asking doesn't exist, it will trigger this. If it exists, it will trigger this. So set them here, and actually I'm gonna put this in a function and call it get. Since this is only for script, I'm gonna keep the script here. I just undo some actions. This is how it got back here. Okay. Collapse the function and call this get script row. Now we have the row name here that we don't have it here, so I'm just gonna drag and drop it and make it an input. We could have also done it in a more traditional way, like if I delete the input from here, if we select the node itself and go to inputs, and you can add any variable you want. But this creates the name also, row name. It makes our life easier in some things. Let's tidy up a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. Compile and save. And we have this. Doesn't have a default value. It needs a default value. No, it doesn't need a default value. It needs a value. So for no name, I'm gonna add a new variable, and I'm gonna say script counter, and it's gonna be of the type integer. And we can connect this here, actually, to string, and from string to text automatically. So this would be a function that gets our script row. Now let's create another function. Actually, yeah, let's make another function. I'm gonna just create it from the beginning and call it a music. Now for music, we're gonna add a new component on the blueprint. We're gonna add an audio component. Call it background music. I'm gonna drag and drop it. And I'm gonna bring the music variable we just created also. And set sound on background music and connect this here. And after this, I'm gonna say fade in. Vision 1. Now, what happens if the music is not there though? If we have a line that doesn't have a music, I'm gonna just drag and drop from it, and it's valid node. Okay, only when you have a music in your row, do this. If you don't, do nothing. Because on the data table, we could have extra rows. I just open the data table again that do things without a music event, music script. So we don't want it to stop playing music. We just want it to keep the music that it's playing. So this is some examples of how to use the data table rows and the data from it. We're not gonna connect this here because we need some more things in between. So I'll leave you with this for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.